snowflakes.
Oh shit.
Oh!
This guy's pretty good. He's right.
Coronavirus mask on a statue.
You call it a coronavirus mask?
That's what that is.
Oh, he got a chick in this.
That's true.
Oh!
He's like a right-wing Bo Burnham.
The best part is he's Canadian.
Got that little Phoebe Bridgers.
I was about to say, why is he wearing the Phoebe Bridgers costume?
He's a big fan.
He's Canadian?
Mm-hmm.
No more snow. It's kind of a good hook. Let's just judge it from a song perspective. Not bad.
What the fuck is this?
Where did they film this?
Fast.
There's like one frame there for a second.
They did like just 3 different takes of him rapping it and just are cutting between those 3 different takes.
Yeah.
What?
Ooh.
Oh shit. He's going after big drugs.
Fuck
Oh. So he filmed this in like a warehouse or like a garage, and he got this one girl to show up. Also,
There's more than one, I
There's
think.
more than one. I thought it was the same girl that he got to like.
It looks like the same to me. I think it's one.
That's a different girl.
No way. Oh, there's okay. That's a different.
Well, that's
person.
a black man.
Yeah.
Which, like, imagine getting, like, the, like, Craigslist thing. Like, we're doing a music video.
looking for a diverse cast. This is like In the Heights. Yo way, oh way. It's propane. No more snowflakes.
He's gonna kill them all.
I'm gonna kill the snowflakes. Why do you run away?
Where's he going?
So,
He's going to kill some liberals.
why are you in my storage unit?
I have a right to carry this.
Yo, chill.
So that was Canadian rapper Tom MacDonald.
Wow.
And this is Cinema of the State, the first ever Blink-182 and film discussion podcast. We have a returning friend. He's back, baby. It's been a while, but he's here.
Yeah.
It's me.
MattybSaps is back.
Finally.
And Matt's become a little more of a regular listener since. And like, would you say you like Blink-182 now a little more since then?
No. I like you guys. I wouldn't say I like
I was about to say, like, I don't know if like we really sell an audience on Blink-182.
Yeah. That's not a big part of why I listen, but I appreciate that.
We should invite Tom MacDonald on the pod.
That's like one thing, like Matt's my friend, so it makes sense that he listens. But like, if anyone like that doesn't know us listens, I'm just automatically like, what the hell is wrong with you?
We've recently gotten several messages from people we don't know about the show and about how they listen to it, and it freaks both of us out.
It's like, Do you have anything better to do?
You're not listening to like Comedy Bang Bang or something, or
I don't know, famous podcast?
like something good.
You don't know the cereal? But that brings us to good old days. Blink-182's third song on the bonus. The bonus disc.
The back half of the deluxe California album. An album that at this point we've been covering forever. It feels like we're never gonna leave.
We
California.
started this like February or March, I think, and now we're stuck.
Stuck in the dog days of California.
8 months in California. This could be a fucking baby by then.
So, Matt, what do you know about the California album from Blink-182?
Because last time this was almost a completely different band.
Yeah, I mean, I know from listening to some of the more recent episodes when you guys are covering it, like, just that it's more like stadium, like, rock pop at this point, and it, like, really has no attributes of, like, all the small things stuff that, like, what my idea of Blink-182 is. And it's almost like more Imagine Dragons than like that now.
That's fair.
New Age Blink-182 is the Imagine Dragons of pop punk.
Yeah.
But that's possibly because there's a new member. His name's also Matt Skiba.
Mm-hmm.
So we got 2 Matt S's here today.
Yeah, you got the same initials.
Yeah.
Am I less?
Not a big fan of his vocals.
Oh, big
honestly.
take.
Yeah.
Fair take.
I mean, I honestly, at this point, I'm still not really sold on Matt Skiba as like a solid part of the band.
He's still my stepdad.
Yeah. He's my friend because, you know, he's a part of the podcast family, and when you're here, you're family. But
well, that would be. We should make that our slogan.
yeah, we should. Hope no one comes after that.
Cinema of a State. When you're here, you're family.
Sounds really familiar. But he's still just I feel like he's still yet to really make a name for himself as part of the band by this point in the album.
He's had one song where he's about the lead.
Yeah,
and that was early on, like the 4th track, I think.
Yeah, which it doesn't help that this album is just very unspectacular in the first place, so he hasn't really had a chance to prove himself. I mean, honestly, Blink-182 should have just never had a comeback, probably. But then what would we be doing?
Yeah.
What would we be doing?
It just feels like there's like they have nothing to say, and like it just the angst feels so like fake at this point. Like it just feels like shit you would hear at Target.
Hey, who are we to judge someone's emotions and how they express themselves through art?
Oh, Matt, does your Target play music over the intercoms?
Yeah, it does.
Who are we to make fun of someone's art and their depression through how they express it? What are we, letterbox users who hate Bo Burnham?
Truly.
But good old days is what I described before in the GC as the neighborhood song.
I didn't know what you meant by that, honestly.
The opening, it has this instrumental intro that is very reminiscent of neighborhoods. Very, like, I don't know, electronic, very synthesized. Which, if you click the verse 1 Mark Hoppus, which is one of the few annotations on this one, it says, the song starts with a synth-heavy atmospheric opening reminiscent of their 2012 Dogs Eating Dogs EP, which I guess this MF disagrees. I think it's neighborhoods.
Okay, well, just another bone you have to pick with another genius writer.
And they won't even let me see their names anymore.
Only you cannot see. I see its name, honestly. I see who wrote it.
Oh wait, Drodio?
Oh yeah.
Drodai?
Yeah, Drody 30.
Yeah, Drodio.
Fuck it.
Drody 30.
Drody 30. Screw that motherfucker.
Drodio, we're fucking coming for your ass. Get ready, bitch.
Why don't you guys do any genius annotations?
Because I'm too smart.
Honestly, my reason is I'm just too lazy to make an account. Is the only thing that's stopping me so far. Which I guess I could just make an account on air.
Yeah, you could.
A live doing of a genius.com account? Oh my god, Trace, do it. Oh, please.
All right. Since y'all all want it so bad, let's see.
God.
I can sign up with.
I mean, if anybody could really add any worthy annotations, I think it would be.
Well, this is the promotion that we're missing out on is the Blink-182 Genius page. We keep wondering where we can promote. Yeah, it's right in front of our eyes.
We've tried Twitter, we've tried Instagram, we've tried TikTok. Genius.com is where to fucking go.
All right, I can sign up with Facebook, Twitter, Google, or sign up with email. I'll sign up with Google.
Okay.
Let's do that. Can I still make a username if I sign up with Google?
Ooh.
Let's see, Trace Sever.
Well,
You probably can.
while Trace does that, well, if he does do it, he should do it under Cinema of the State.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay.
But while Trace doing that, how do we feel about Good Old Days, Matt?
I honestly really don't know. I listened to it like 3 or 4 times earlier, and it's been a couple hours now, and I could not tell you what it sounds like. It's just very forgettable.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm forgetting what it sounds like right now too.
Yeah, same.
I remember the
Yeah.
ba 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 ba. That's it.
I can tell you just that this song, as it was going, I just realized that this is like a back burner track. Like this is something that like they kind of threw together.
Almost like they put it on the deluxe edition and didn't include the first one that came out a year earlier.
It just feels so like the melody isn't there, the chorus is derivative, and then the song topic is just so like corny. This song's just a miss, just totally.
And not a Matt Skiba in sight.
No, he's not on it, is he?
I think this is our first, besides the silly 30-second tracks, this is our first solo Mark Hoppus song.
Maybe he needs Skiba.
Maybe he just needs a friend.
All right. Also, update about the account. I am logged in and changing my username, which you can only change once a month, according to Genius.com.
Oh man, do it this time! Do it this time!
All right.
Yeah. You gotta be careful.
Don't fuck this up!
Cinema of the State. And the profile picture is me, which I will change at some point.
Do the cover art.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then and then I have the bio. I gotta change the bio.
A sexy podcast hosted by 2 nice men.
How about I just put the world's first Blink-182 and film discussion podcast. That way people know exactly what they're getting into.
Sick. And Matt, why don't you hit us with verse 1, which is not annotated except for the thing that said it's reminiscent of an old album.
Yeah, I can do that, Mike. Okay.
Do that, baby.
So it's gonna be don't want to hear the static on the TV screen. Don't want to live a life of cell phone memories. When did you go missing? Where did I go wrong? Sometimes I just don't know where I belong. Pretty deep.
That is pretty deep.
Always talking about our screens, baby.
They have a pretty interesting fascination with the screens in front of our eyes on this album.
A bit of a Bo Burnham.
Oh man, a little
earlier.
internet boys.
They're doing a bit of a Bo Burnham.
If you talk about internet or screen, you're either Bo Burnhaming or you're Black Mirroring. Don't want to hear the static on the TV screen. Don't want to live a life of cell phone memories. So that's Mark saying. He's like, turn the phone. turn it.
Okay. So
you gotta do it the other way.
okay. So
you take the picture.
I'll annotate that. Okay. This is Mark's. Start the genius annotation. I've never done this before. This is happening live. Okay. All right. It says, "Don't just put the lyric in your own words. Drop some knowledge." Okay.
Source Mike McCabe.
That is Mike's specialty.
Okay, so
dropping knowledge on Blink.
Mike said, "This is Mark." Say. What?
Make your phone vertical.
Make your phone vertical. Did you have anything else to add?
Baby.
Did I spell vertical wrong? It's underlined.
I don't know. I would have just spell checked it and kept my mistake to myself. But here it's Trace admitting he's dumb.
Oh, I did spell it wrong. I can't spell.
Was it CLE or CAL?
I did CLE, which is dumb. All right, vertical baby, and I'm Mike. So this is Mark saying, "Make your phone vertical, baby." Mike. Okay. Mike McCabe, Cinema of the State podcast. All right. I'm going to save and get +5 IQ points.
Okay.
All right. Now, if you refresh the page, it should be there.
If you refresh the page, it's on here. And I now have it screenshotted just in case it's removed within an hour. Which won't be surprised, but...
I mean, I see a lot of other dumbass unreviewed annotations all over the place. Why can't mine stay? Give it an upvote. I'm going to upvote it.
When did you go missing? Where did I go wrong?
Twin Peaks.
Oh. Sometimes I just don't know where I belong. Yes, so like sometimes what happens is you cross past the electricity field in the desert with Laura Dern. You have sex with her. She seems not into it, but also she knows that she has to do it because it's part of the destination of getting to the other side.
Yeah.
And then she sees a clone of herself, and it's weird. And then you wake up the next morning. She's calling you Richard. You're like, huh? She's calling herself Linda. Her name was Diane. And then you find Carrie Page in Texas, of all places.
Yeehaw.
At the Jody's Diner, she works. And then you take her, and then you take her to her home of Twin Peaks, Washington.
Yep.
And then she doesn't recognize the house. So then she hears her mom. And then the lights go out.
Yep.
Right.
It's exactly like that.
Write that down, Trace.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot to write all that down.
Maybe later.
Yeah.
So then Mark Hoppus continues his reign of terror on this song with a chorus where he says, "Save yourself. We're always saying we're not the same. We're 2 in a million. Oh, these are the good old days. These are the good old days. Go through hell. The battles we've bartered. We stood as one, the young and forgotten. Oh, these are the good old days. These are the good old days."
These are
Which
the good
that
old
line,
days.
That line is annotated. It says, on an interview with Kerrang, which, God, you're being such a caring.
Good one.
Gosh, not want to let me walk my dog without a leash.
Gosh, such a caring.
Travis wanted to write a song. This is why it's bad. Travis wrote it. With a kind of dance hybrid chorus. We were thinking about the keyboard rock of the early 2000s like The Killers. Something upbeat and a little dancier. It was a lot of fun to do. Blink talks about the best days of their lives, how they enjoyed when they were young, and how they overcame the rough times. I, too, enjoyed being younger.
You always want to get older until you're older.
So, Trace, open up your Genius editor
Okay.
and go Save yourself. We're always saying.
Okay.
Mark is preaching abstinence here.
Okay, gotcha. Mark, I'm gonna quote it because I gotta get Mark. Oh, I gotta capitalize Mark's name. Preaching abstinence here. I spelled abstinence right, but I didn't spell vertical right.
That's because Trace was a virgin for so long.
I had to learn how to spell it. Okay, Mike McCabe, Cinema of the State podcast. All right, save, and I get +5 IQ just for doing that.
Nice. We're not the same.
My IQ
We're too
grows every
innovative.
day.
Which Mark's talking about a girl. She's the only one for him. Only out of 1 million people, it's only her, baby.
Instead of 2 peas on a pod, they're 2 million peas in one pod.
Blinks in a 182.
2 blinks in a 182 pod.
That's a pretty stupid way to say it, because isn't like the term 1 in a million referring to like the percentage, not like the person? If we had a 1 in a million chance, like that means they had a not as rare chance.
I'm no math head.
Yeah, I could be off base with that one. I don't know.
Go through hell, the battles we've bartered. Okay, Trace, open it up.
Okay. Go through hells. Okay, I've got it ready.
Mark has literally fought the demon Lucifer.
Mark has literally fought the demon Lucifer.
And kicked his ass.
And kicked his ass. I hope Genius lets me say ass on here.
I think you can.
All right.
They're pretty cool site.
Yeah.
Please, some of the lyrics these rappers are saying.
Oh gosh.
You hear Tom MacDonald?
If they let his lyrics on here, they'll let you do anything.
We stood as one, the young and forgotten.
Can you get kicked
sorry
off
people.
the Genius site?
Oh man, they would have done it to us already.
They might take you down if you're doing like a bunch at once. They might think you're like spam or something.
Oh, we are.
They're right. They should do it.
Someone oughta.
Blacklisted from
some very big, like, passionate, devoted Blink-182 fan who takes this very seriously. It's like they're ruining the Genius page for Blink-182.
The integrity of the band is gone.
Dead.
Anyone who reads this is not going to take them seriously.
Read the verse too, then. Let me see if I take that shit seriously, Trace.
Okay. You're not the only one who grew up feeling scared. You're not the only broken heart gone unrepaired. Everyone's gone missing. Everyone's done wrong. Sometimes we both fly too close to the sun. Have y'all?
Which that line is annotated because it is a reference to the Greek myth of Daedalus and Icarus. That's the guy. He has wings. He flies too close to the sun, and the sun melts his wings, and he falls. He eats shit.
Yeah.
That's like, oh, you were too cocky. That's the lesson.
Well, because
happens to Mark a lot.
Turns out these didn't happen, guys.
yeah, I took a whole class on mythology, and was very surprised to learn that none of it was real.
Hercules is fake.
They made a whole Disney movie about him and everything. It's not even real.
I'm out here thinking it's a documentary like the Pocahontas and Mulan one. Turns out this shit is a friggin' fiction.
I thought it was real, like Treasure Planet and Bug's Life, but it's not even.
Fucking dumb. You're not the only one who grew up feeling scared. You're not the only broken heart gone unrepaired. All right, so highlight that second one, Trace.
Oh, the second one. Okay. You're not the only broken heart gone unrepaired. Okay.
Don't credit me to it. All I want you to write is, and it seems Mark Hoppus's heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Mark Hoppus's heart grew 3 sizes that day. And I'm going to add, like the Grinch. Just in case they need the reference.
That is the source. Source, Dr. Seuss.
I am racking up IQ points. I have 120 IQ.
Woo! This is a fucking genius over here.
You're on a roll.
Jesus Christ. Somebody stop me.
Everyone's gone missing. Everyone's done wrong. This is... you're not gonna know what I'm talking about. Actually... Okay, so Trace, highlight this one too.
Okay.
Mark is talking about the Avengers.
Mark is talking about the Avengers.
The third one.
The
The third one.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if you were going to elaborate. Okay, the third one. All right, save. Wow, it's this easy.
Wow. And then the chorus is the same.
It is.
And then there's a bridge and then a chorus that's the same again. What's Mark say in the bridge, Matt?
You're giving up, we're getting out. We were young and we're not growing up. We're not growing up. You're giving up, we're getting out. We were young and we're not growing up. We're not growing up.
Wow. So what are they not doing? I didn't hear it.
I think they're not growing up.
That's odd because on Google it says he's 49, but
It seems he's been aging.
It seems he's continually been aging every single
Interesting.
day for his whole life.
Highlight just the last "we're not growing up" and write. I'm afraid to say Mark Hoppus has entered a Cairo chamber.
I'm afraid to report that Mark Hoppus has entered a Cairo chamber. And he is not aging. All right. Did not spell Cairo chamber. Oh, no. Unknown word. Cairo chamber. Is that a... Let's see here. Hold on. Okay. I fucked it up.
It's okay.
All right. There we go. Cryo chamber.
So, Wimpy Kid?
The diary of?
Well,
dog days?
the dog days are over now.
I liked it.
The Wimpy Kid is back.
Are you serious?
And this summer, he's even wimpier.
I pity him.
Rowley's weirder.
Oh, yeah.
Fregley's freakier.
He's smiling.
And Roderick is even cooler.
Maybe I can call you next week and we can hang?
Are you kidding?
Diary of a Wimpy Kid Dog Days.
So, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the dog days, the third one.
Yes.
Had we seen it before?
Well, so I was gonna say, I mean, you two know more about you two are more intimate with the Wimpy Kid franchise than myself.
Oh, wow, Trace, are you not a Wimpy Kid head?
I don't think I can. I don't think I can be called a Wimpy Kid head. I've never seen the movies.
What books were you reading in
Well, so
friggin' elementary school?
I read the books.
You fuck?
I read the books. I don't know which one
And that didn't make you want to see the film?
No, I never saw the movie.
Bro, the second one is a dead-ass masterpiece.
All right, well, we'll watch it for the podcast.
I would say both of them, the first and the second, are pretty
I mean, if
amazing.
they're so good, then I do want to see them because I enjoyed this one.
A lot
Yeah,
of fun.
It's a good movie. It's fun.
Like, I really wasn't expecting this movie to sell me on the Wimpy Kid franchise, but I mean,
Well, and it's a hard sell because it's a character who's, like, pretty unlikable.
he's
Yeah,
really
he's-
self-centered.
Terrible.
Our titular Wimpy Kid is kind of a piece of shit.
He just has dreams of becoming a class enemy and getting out of middle school mostly.
He just wants to game and kiss
Yeah,
because he's in middle school.
and that's what happens.
That's all you got.
He's a smart kid.
Pretty smart. He's like, He's also one of the first gaslighters.
Ever?
Yeah, but gaslighting didn't exist before like a few years ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when everyone started talking about it.
When everyone started talking about it. But so Greg Heffley predates gaslighting.
Wow, this is like the origins of a gaslighter.
Truly, this is how like an American Psycho prequel, like just like a truly like self-centered, manipulative boy who like doesn't care about anyone but himself.
I think part of the reason I never saw the Wimpy Kid movies is because the posters make them look terrible. Like the posters are awful.
Yeah,
They're
not
so
great.
just like they're just them on a white background.
It's loose leaf.
I get the idea.
Yeah.
Don't a white background like it's just blank. No.
I don't know that it translates. I get the idea.
It's okay. Let me talk to the Fox marketing team.
Okay.
Kids.
You got them on the phone?
You're doing great, sweeties.
Thank you, Dad.
So this movie opens with the Heffleys going to the grossest place on earth, the public swimming pool.
I mean, the movie really sells it as being just a horrible experience.
Truly, just the worst. Have we all gone to our fair share of public pools?
Yeah, I've been.
Yeah, they're fucking disgusting.
You see a kid poopy pee all around.
Yeah, I've been to
Everywhere.
like the apartment complex pool. I've been to like my neighborhood's pool before. I've been in like a wave pool at Six Flags. None of them were very pleasant, but I like my dad's pool because I'm the only one in it.
This movie came out August 3rd, 2012. I never saw it in theaters. I didn't see it for a couple of years. I want to say I was attending my grandfather's funeral, so it hurt me to say I could not see Greg Heffley on the big screen.
Kind of
Yeah.
too late of a release date. IMO should have come out like early summer.
Yeah, I didn't see this in theaters either, but going off of that with your grandpa's funeral, I remember
Oh man,
I
who
saw
died in your
Cars,
family?
I saw Cars 2 the day of my grandpa's funeral, like at night, and I couldn't stop thinking about that, because that was like the first time I saw a dead body in real life.
But Mater's a spy now.
Yeah.
Wasabi? and you laughed out loud in the movies. And then there was the guy
I don't think
eating
I-
beans.
I don't think I laughed once during that.
Oh, man.
I was just kind of stone-faced.
You were just like still for like the whole day, and your parents were like, "We should like, I don't like." He literally saw a corpse. Maybe we should show a cartoon to.
No, it was like my choice. Like my friends were going to see it, and I was like, "Can I go with them?" And I got there, and I was like, "Maybe this wasn't a good idea." It was in 3D, I think.
No, that didn't immerse you out of the funeral vibes.
I need to be
Yeah.
transported
Even,
to
like-
a different world.
The even funnier version of that would be like, yeah, it was my grandfather's funeral, but I saw Cars 2 instead. No regrets, baby.
Or if it was like, or if you went to see Cars 2 immediately from the funeral. Like, that was your next stop.
Yeah, it was. That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
you went
Like-
straight
like,
there
I think
from the
we-
funeral.
In suit?
Like, no. We left at like 5, I think, and then we came back, and I got there like for the 7 o'clock show.
Jesus, you were on a mission.
I mean, I was like
Just like
fucking
Mater.
12 or 13. I didn't really, I don't know,
You know what's really
didn't grasp the gravity.
funny about Diary of a Wimpy Kid Dog Days?
Hit me.
It came out the same year as The Avengers, which is just and The Dark Knight Rises. Just something to,
Nuts to think that's like 10 years ago.
yeah.
Almost. Gross almost.
And this was
It looks better than I remembered it looking. Like, just, I don't know, the way they shot it is like, it looks just a little bit better than like most like standard like family
Well,
movies for
so-
the time. I think it's a little more creative.
So like that's why I was surprised because I was like, this is like a real movie. Like I was expecting something that felt like
Yeah.
cheap, but like this is like a
There's,
pretty
like-
pleasant movie to watch.
It's the same cinematographer as Candyman, which is like looks gorgeous.
Gosh, getting good work.
Yeah.
Anthony
Yeah.
B.
And you
Richmond.
really like the opening of this, right, Trace? Like the animation.
Oh yeah, I do. I thought I'm sure every one of the movies does this. This is the only one of them I've seen. But I like the animated bits that when they do the book in the movie.
Which is like funny because none of them look like that.
You mean they don't look like very basic stick people?
Well, like even then, like just like the hair they have like doesn't match. Like Rowley has like a bowl cut, and like in like Greg's drawings, he has like fingers coming out of his head.
Right.
Even if you look at the poster, like the dogs, like they're not even the same breed of dog. Try. Also, why the fuck is this called Dog Days? Like the dog doesn't show up until like an hour in, and then he has like 2 scenes, and he's not relevant.
The dog is really not relevant to the plot. It was based off of 2 books where they combined them.
Isn't it just Dog Days of Summer? Isn't that the idea? Because it's a summer movie.
I guess, but looking at the poster, I'm
They
like,
put
this
the
is gonna
dog
be a
on the
movie about a
poster,
dog.
Trace.
Okay, I guess
Yeah.
I guess it looks like I never really considered it, but I guess it looks like they're doing some wordplay with the dog.
You know, another weird thing, I don't know why they decided to do this, but this is the 4th book, and they decided to do it for the 3rd movie. They skipped over the 3rd book.
They
which is
combined the plot
Last
of the
Straw.
Last Straw.
But that's stupid. Why didn't they just go in
I'm
order?
trying to remember when I stopped reading the books. I read the first one.
I want to say the 4th one was probably the last one I read.
Yeah, I think I went one more. I did the 5th one, which is the purple one. And I don't know if I even read it.
Is that
but
the
I remember
long
I
haul?
got it. No, that's the Ugly Truth. The long haul is, I'm on the website right now, and it is book 9. That came out in 2014.
I saw the long haul. And
Yeah, I saw that movie.
Oh yeah, I did read up that I did read up about the long haul movie.
You know what's funny about the long haul is it's like the same director and cinematographer and everything. Like it should be fine, but it's ass. It's terrible.
It looks like ass. Yeah.
I think it's about the same.
Well,
I think it's
I
just.
don't know.
it's-
I did not like the cast.
well, I read.
Hey,
I read,
Alicia Silverstone is the mom, though. So, hey, improvement.
I read that there was supposed to be
I did not enjoy
another
it.
one with this cast, but then they all had a really sudden growth spurt that prevented them from.
Even the parents.
yeah, even the.
Yeah, I noticed it. I noticed it immediately when it started that Greg's voice was like
Cracked
crazy
as
different. I was
fuck.
like, yeah, they were really down to the wire on this.
That's why it's funny that you haven't seen the other ones, Trace, because in the other ones, his voice is very like, you know, when I'm writing I'm a wimpy kid, and I write in my diary. You know, like it's very like high pitched kid voice, and then this is the first one. He's like, you know, when you're being a wimpy kid, and your dad doesn't have any of your common interests, it's hard.
I would, if we find a way to watch these in reverse chronology for the podcast, I would enjoy doing that.
Oh my god,
Definitely.
we can figure this out. The titles are wordy.
The titles are pretty wordy, so I feel like there's room here to make it work.
Yeah.
It appears to be the next installment will be a Disney Plus animated film. So that's, I mean, if
Couldn't care less.
they make it look like the book, I guess. Who knows?
I
Who cares?
texted Mike that it would have been interesting if the whole movie was like the animated characters in a live action world.
That's freaking disgusting.
Maybe.
They do that in the beginning of Roderick Rules. They have them like the characters are just animated for a minute. I think
They
from
do
what
it in
I
the
They
remember.
did that in this
They
one.
do it in the beginning of this one. That's why I thought it was interesting.
Oh, I don't know. I forgot a little bit.
You know,
I was cooking while I was watching
it's
it.
okay.
Hey, it's like what they were doing in the edit room when they were making this masterpiece. They were cooking.
They were cooking it up, getting the spices already, lining them up. The cumin, the paprika, the salt, the pepper. Get your cooking. Get your
Exactly.
chopping knives. Preheat the oven. Boil the water.
I want to date a girl who's an editor,
Why?
so I can call her my edit bae.
Are you happy with that?
I feel like this one is always like forgotten for some reason. Like people talk about the first one and then Roderick rules a lot, and then they don't really talk about this one as much. And then I guess I would say people talk about the fourth one more just because it's like
Ugly
more
Roderick.
notoriously, yeah,
Not my Roderick.
exactly. But people don't really talk about Dog Days
Yeah,
that much, and I think that's kind
the
of
Diary of the Wimpy Kid fandom really
Well,
needs to
it
start
is-
talking more about Dog Days. The Dog
Yeah.
Days.
It is the third best of like
Dog Days
Which is
matter.
like-
of the three.
Which is like
It's the
funny
third
because like
best.
like I really did enjoy the movie. So like this like I'm wondering how I would react.
Baby,
to the
you're
other
gonna
two.
love Roderick Rules.
Like I wonder if it's one of those things where because I saw this one first, I'm like I enjoyed that. I like are the other ones as episodic as this one? Because I like that there's like I like that it's just kind of them jumping from event to event, like doing random
Yeah,
shit.
they're kind of like within a year of his life, I'd say. The books, the
Yeah,
movies take
those-
place.
The first two are more smooth. This one felt very, I don't know, disjointed to me. Like, it was still enjoyable, but it just, I don't know, it didn't flow as well.
I agree with that.
Especially, like, we get to the camp thing with, like, 20 minutes left, and it felt,
that's where
I don't know, just kind of like
that's
out
where
of
it starts
place.
falling apart a little bit. But the rest of it, I thought, like I just really liked that it was just a bunch of like, literally just a bunch of summer activities kind of going wrong.
Well, like
Yeah.
the thing is, each movie is Greg and blank, pretty much. So like the first one is Greg and Rowley, mostly, and then the second one is Greg and Roderick, and this one is Greg and his dad, played by MVP of the film, Steve Zahn.
Okay, so yeah,
So good.
Always a killer.
yeah. So these movies were worth creating just for letting Steve Zahn do everything he is able to do in this movie. He's amazing.
Yeah. He has a field day in Roderick.
Does he
Rules
really?
with his line readings.
Oh my
yeah,
god,
he's
I have to
incredible.
see it now. I'm a Zahn head, and I didn't realize that he brought so much effervescence to the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies.
And but it sucks that the one that's his movie is like kind of like the worst of the three.
I can't comment.
Yeah.
Hey, I can.
Well, it has different screenwriters than the first two.
Interesting. The first one has a different director, and his name is Thor.
Whoa.
What's the name of the director of the first movie? Let me see.
Thor Fundle or something.
Thor Freudenthal. That's a freaking name and a half. Am I right? He's German. Oh my! Imagine
What's he made?
He's made Hotel for Dogs, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Percy Jackson's Sea of Monsters, the second one, something called Words on the Bathroom Walls. I'd never heard of that. He's directed episodes of Arrow, The Flash, Supergirl, The Tick, and his name is Thor.
That rules.
Ain't that something? But he's not the director of this one, though.
I did want to read this review that I saw on Wikipedia from Matt Mueller. Just a snippet of it. It says Mueller disliked Greg's behavior, writing, "He's lazy and wildly selfish, taking advantage of his friend's unbridled kindness. His trip with Rowley's family ends with Greg insulting the entire clan and getting the dad arrested by the police. Later in the film, he runs up the family's bill sneaking into the country club. What part of this behavior is charming?" And then it goes on to say, hold on, this is too good not to read, actually. In Dog Day's lone earnest moment, Rowley astutely explains that his parents' disappointment is worse than their yelling. In that case, I'm not angry that a movie like this can take the joys of childhood and make them so joyless and unpleasant. I'm disappointed.
All right. Well, one thing I gotta say to this guy is, don't watch The Simpsons. There's this kid named Bart, and boy, is he nasty to his parents.
Oh, man. They get
Oh, man.
they get into some scuffles with each
He
other. It's
writes
not
on the
pretty.
chalkboard.
Every
Ah,
episode he's writing on it.
They're always running at that couch. And Greg Heffley's no better.
One thing is like he learns a lesson by the end. That's the point. Like he's like,
I think Greg honestly does have the right idea about labor, though, and that we shouldn't have to devote our lives to
that's
labor.
correct.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty smart.
Greg is a young communist, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right.
Greg was like, can we read Marx instead?
Yeah, he's got the right idea.
Well, I mean, so what are some things that happen in this movie? Like what are some?
Well, you talked about they go to. Let's try to go in order. So, Greg tells his dad that he doesn't want to do outside stuff. He wants to do video games. His dad's like, you got to do outside stuff. So what does he do? He lies to his dad.
He lies to his dad.
He says he's got a summer job at a country club where the girl that he likes works as a tennis instructor or something. They're also 12.
Yeah. She gives lessons to like smaller kids.
She's like, my bigger coach has me give littler coaching.
And it seems like all of it seems like everyone except Greg is like a member of this country club.
Oh yeah, everyone in the town. They're the only poor family.
Like all of his friends are a part of this country club, and he's the only one that has to go to like the public pool.
Yeah. Maybe Greg should get a job. He can finally afford a country club membership.
Get the $500 smoothies.
Yeah.
So he's there with his friend Rowley, who has a membership, and then him and Rowley go to the carnival or something with his parents.
He goes on a trip with with his family, with Rowley's family. And they go to the carnival, and Rowley's parents let them go off on their own, and they tell them, be back in an hour, no scary rides. But
And Greg's like, bitch, we're going on the scary ride.
Greg says they gotta go on the cranium shaker because Roderick says you gotta go on the cranium shaker. And something
We
interesting.
have our cranium shaked.
I noticed that reading up that there's continuity between the movies because apparently after the events of whatever happened in the last movie, Roderick and Greg in this movie are kind of amicable to each other.
Yeah.
Well, you have to understand, Trace, Roderick rules.
Right. How could I not realize?
Roderick and Greg's are boys in this one. The trivia on IMDb says this is the only one where Roderick does not bully Greg, which so nice, so sweet. He's back on his bullshit in the fourth one.
I mean, he's still kind of like,
I would beg to differ. He kind of blackmails
yeah, he kind of
him
like uses him. I don't know.
consistently.
He's still a mean older brother, but he's so damn cool.
He's got a cool band.
He's got a cool band, Loaded Diaper. And he has a crush on the girl that Greg likes, his older sister, who, like, the girl that Greg likes, returning member of cinema, somebody who, a person who we never thought would come back, Peyton List from Diary of a Teenage Prophet, that movie, that terrible movie that didn't even have a Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
Peyton List is back. She's the nice younger sister. Her older sister does not return in Roderick's advances, and as a teenage boy, that makes him like her more. He's like, come on.
Classic boy
It's
moment.
classic boy stuff.
Boys be like.
But Greg accidentally gets the cops called on Rowley's dad, who see him
Zoinks.
holding a knife, and then think that he tried to kill Greg because he called 911, and then Greg goes home.
He's like, yeah, it's like, my parents hate you because you're a rude person. And he's like, that's fair.
And then that's when Rowley starts lying to Greg about going to the country club.
He's like, what are you doing here? What you came without me? He's like, my parents think you're a bad influence. It's like, any normal person would be like, yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like you get into some fucked up shit.
Trace, in the first one, Rowley and his mom do a full-on dance number to the Beastie Boys, and it's freaking awesome.
Yeah, all of these use music, like, amazingly.
That does sound awesome.
Second one drops a TikTok needle drop.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. And the musical in the first one when they sing I think it's Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Oh, it's so
like,
funny.
Yeah.
I do appreciate the consistency and dedication to this franchise to have each movie come out within a year of each other.
Well, especially
Yeah,
when you're
that surprised
you're
me.
using kids, like you gotta like crank them out. Like look at like Stranger Things. Like those kids are like freaking like 20 now.
Yeah, they are.
And like they gotta. It's been like 2 years since the last season.
They are
and,
old
like,
now.
2 years between the other one. Like it's like they gotta like crank them out, or else these boys are gonna be like having like beards and be
The
like,
Diary of a Wimpy high schooler.
ha!
Yeah.
And then it's Diary of a Wimpy college student. Or
Diary of a
We actually
depressed adult.
In like 2016, like when when I first saw this, like one of my friends and I were like working on sort of how like the iCarly reboot is like mature. We were trying to think of a way to do something like that with this. And it was pretty much just like Superbad, but with them.
Oh my god, Super Bad with Greg and Rowley would be so freaking sick. Oh.
It's just like Superbad is the natural evolution of these movies.
Except the only difference is that Greg is Jonah Hill.
Yeah. I also the the realization that I had throughout this is like this is pretty much just like really bad Malcolm in the Middle with like the older brother and like the younger brother, and he's just like I'm not getting a fair shake around here.
Oh yeah, the little brother's a little freak, especially the way they draw him in the books is like fucking terrifying.
yeah, he's just like
honestly.
he's like a
Yeah.
little creature. He's not human.
Got like a
And if you would remember, like last year, he briefly became the face of like ACAB for a moment. Was like Manny was like the face of like All Cops Are Bastards.
good for him.
Manny.
I'm proud of you, Manny. So-
this is when Roderick warns Greg that he found some letters in the mail about Spag Union, a military school that it seems Greg's father is going to send him to for his bad behavior.
Yeah, in the beginning of the movie, Greg's dad runs into an old flame of his, and by that I mean a guy who's like 20 now. He works as the lifeguard at the pool. He's like, Roderick, shut your rock and roll the fuck off. And Roderick's like, you got it, dude. And Roderick, as played by Michael Imperioli. Oh, jeez.
Tom, did you hear that?
Greg. Yo, Greg, write in your fucking diary or something. I don't know. But and then he's like, wait a minute, you're the old rascal who used to throw eggs at my house. And he's like, oh boy, I'm so sorry about that, sir. I'm a Republican now. He's like, what happened? How'd you do it? And he's like, oh man, they beat the shit out of me at this place, and now I'm like this. And he's like, you ever interested? And he's like, So that's the conflict now. Greg might go to military school if he doesn't impress his father.
And so that is how he ends up going on this wilderness weekend trip with his dad and Rowley and who's the other kid?
Fragley.
And Shirag.
You remember his name.
They go on this trip. They do some camping shit, but the other camp people that are there that are part of a different troop or squad or something do not take Mr. Heffley seriously as a troop leader.
They're like, you're a dumb.
Yeah, and they overhear his troop insulting him, and so the kids set up a plan to get revenge on them they're gonna set up webs.
Light their house on fire.
That's accidentally what happens. That's not their plan. They want to cover them with ants, which may be worse actually.
And honey on some ropes.
What a prank.
What a prank! But they do
Classic
accidentally
prank.
set fire to their tent. And then his dad is disappointed. The other camp leader says he's gonna get them all expelled from camping, and then
You can't camp anymore.
but then Mr. Heffley is like, wait, these are s'mores from the store, and you guys got a TV and prepackaged meals, and this isn't camping.
This isn't
cheating.
camping.
And so
They're
they are
fakers.
fakers, they're frauds, they're cheaters. And so Mr. Heffley becomes impressed with his son's
Initiative.
his son's
To
initiative
commit arson.
and ingenuity.
Son, I've never seen someone burn a house down as good as you.
I'm not gonna send you to military school. And they order a pizza.
And then they go, our final farewell to the Heffleys is at the Sweet 16 of Heather Hills. The girl who Roderick likes, he's performing at her thing. The DJ canceled. Uh-oh. What's Roderick gonna play? Roderick decides he's gonna play her favorite song in the whole world, Justin Bieber's Baby. Cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Classic.
I mean, classic
Great
song.
song. But he gets all too into it. He's jumping around. He pulls the cords and things start going everywhere. It's a mess. The cake is a chocolate fountain on the face. Greg's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Roderick ruined this." And he's like, "Are you kidding? To see my sister get embarrassed in front of all of her friends? I hope she kills herself." And Greg's like, and that's the end.
Yep, and
Honestly, I think the biggest takeaway you guys should have is that Roderick, a regular rock star, he is probably a big Blink-182 fan himself.
Oh, Roderick definitely loves Travis Barker.
For sure.
big
The first drummer. My Ringo Starr.
You can tell Blink-182 is a big reference point for Loaded Diaper.
Yeah.
Good shit. And I give this good shit a sweet little 110 out of 182.
It's pretty high.
Yeah, I'll buff you a little higher. I'll go with 115.
Oh, good lord. I'll give it a 90 out of 182.
Nice. You're gonna be the asshole here.
That's fair.
Well, that's like a right down the middle score. Like, I don't know. I enjoyed it. It was pleasant.
It doesn't make me mad. It just makes me disappointed.
Oh, I hate being disappointed by my dad.
Yeah.
I do want to watch Roderick Rules and Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
You want to watch it in that order?
Yeah, I want to watch them reverse chronologically because I already started that way.
Watch them de-age.
I want to watch them Benjamin Button.
So, next week, song Don't Mean Anything. That's the name of it. I'm not saying it don't mean anything.
No, that's the name of the song.
Ha ha ha. And our film is VeggieTales,
Okay.
the pirates who don't do anything.
Yep.
A nice little hour and 10-minute film picked by newcomer guest Sam Armel. Our second Sam, first Samantha.
How does that work?
Connections are everywhere.
A lot of names here. You ever meet another Trace?
Yeah, I have met another Trace one time actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Well, he was 8 years old, and I said, "Listen, Bucko,
Get the fuck out of
don't
here.
you fucking steal my shit. Get the fuck away from me."
That's my name.
And then one time when I worked at HEB and I was pushing carts, my mom saw my name tag and said, "Hey, that's my son's name," and I said, "Fuck off."
No.
I'm gonna hit it with a
He
card.
says, Mom? You can follow Cinema of the State on Instagram, Cinema of State on Twitter, Mike McCade's Sad on those things, and Letterboxd as well. Also, baby, you know I'm gonna say it. The one place you can find me always, where I'm always just popping content left and right, baby. T to the I to the K talk, baby. Hit me, follow me on TikTok. I'm making mad TikToks always, baby.
There's good stuff on there. I follow you on there.
I love TikTok.
TikTok. All the kids.
TikTok, I was talking to Tick.
All the kids love TikTok. I'm Trey Sever. You can follow me at that name.
Please do.
Yeah, that's it, pretty much.
Read the Bo Burnham review.
Yeah, I wrote a review. I think this got bumped last week on last week's episode. I'll up it again. I wrote a review for the Bo Burnham.
We want him to write more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Trace added discourse to the Bo Burnham thing. You know, the thing that didn't have enough discourse already. But I got 2 cents.
I'm gonna ask if I can review F9. So maybe that'll be out if they let me write it.
Nice. MattybSaps, where we finding y'all?
Yeah, like you just said, I'm MattybSaps on everything. On TikTok as well, Letterboxd, Twitter, Instagram, you know, everywhere.
Sick. The greatest. You got you have content out too, right?
Yeah, I do music videos. You can see that on my YouTube, which is just Matthew Saponar, if you're interested in that. Blink-182 also, if you're interested in doing a music video.
That would be
Shoot my shot.
If Matt gets to direct a Blink-182 music video before any of them come on this fucking show, I would be
I'll find a way.
fucking livid. Ugh, we'll miss you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Exploded diaper.